Hey guys, it's the Gamer Outdoorsman here, and today I'm here with another episode of the Hunter Talks. Now it's been a month now. Yeah, it's been a while. I tried doing a video a little while back, but it didn't work out and stuff like that. Editing and time, the usual. But yeah, I made it now. I was waiting for the reserve to come out. Then I tried making one, but I couldn't edit it before it came out. So I'm doing this now on my reactions to the reserve after it's been out for like a week, I believe. So
Yeah,
yeah,
a week
um,
today.
yeah. So hopefully I can tell you guys everything that's been going on, what I've thought about it. I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. But so basically, uh, the hunter decided. I guess they do watch my videos because they saw that I said, well, at least they won't have Fox. And they made a Fox. They were like, you know what? We need to make sure that this guy is always wrong. So, yeah, they added an Arctic fox as the fifth new species. Or is it fourth? Yeah, fourth new species. There's five species in total. I was right about the moose being the for sure returning species. But yeah, so they have all of that in here now. They have the hares, the uh, Arctic fox, the Sitka deer, and the bison. And so far, I couldn't be more happy with all of that. Like, um, bison, they're fun. I mean, they're not my favorite thing to hunt. They kind of are a little bit repetitive, but like, it's just so cool, like taking down such a massive creature. Like even this 308 that I have, which used to be one of the bigger guns in the game ages ago, of course. Um, it isn't legal to shoot with this, so yeah, you're gonna need some pretty big weaponry for that. Specifically, the 4570, which sounds just amazing. It's so powerful. Um, and I love the design of it. It looks so beautiful. But yeah. Uh, Other things about the reserve that I've noticed, the tree stand hunting is pretty interesting. As you can see, I'm in it right now. Um, there's not a lot of trees here that you can put tree stands in. Like as you can see, there's not really a lot of room on these trees, and half the trees you can't even put ones on. Like the ones that have uh, the spruce trees, the ones that have the snow on them, and like that. Um, you can't put tree stands on those. So finding tree stand spots are fairly difficult to come across. But I so far when I have been in tree stands like this, I've loved it. Like you can sit there if you find a good spot. You can sit there and like just sort of watch wildlife go by. Like I've had foxes come by and rabbits, and I've passed on does and just like watched. And yeah, it's been really good and like really realistic experience so far. Um, Another part of that is that animals don't make sounds, which I thought was very interesting. Like they don't make audible calls. The only ones that I've heard so far are the moose, which that's because they just have the same AI from the other maps.
Well, that's because the calls are broken right now for them.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like I think that they might be broken. Um, I would guess that they are because while I was sitting in tree stands watching foxes go by, I would see them do animations that looked like they were calling. Almost looked like they were calling, but they weren't quite doing it. So I was sort of confused about that. And to be honest, I hope that they keep it that they don't call too much, because especially in the winter, everything's a lot more silent, and it makes it a lot more realistic to me. So yeah. Um, Another thing so far, I mean, it sort of my view has changed a little bit. Originally, I thought that maybe bucks were going to be a bit harder to find, Sitka bucks to be exact. But I found that they're still like a little bit harder to find, but it's not as hard as I originally thought. But it's still
Yeah, same,
much
same.
more satisfying killing bucks on this in the Sitka bucks and most other ones because it's a bit harder to find them.
What
Um,
I like about it is that it's the Sika deer bucks don't get big, and when you do kill one that's pretty nice, but it doesn't score much like you would think they would. Like they don't get big like whitetails, mule deer, blacktails. The biggest one right now on the leaderboards is an 87. I'm pretty sure of right now, and pretty sure that's, I mean, biggest they can get. And the one that we killed on our video was a really nice Sika deer, and I haven't seen a big one like that since our video, and it gonna make it really fun for this reserve to really have to hunt harder to find bigger bucks that are harder to come by.
yeah,
That's what I like about it.
yeah. I've actually only gotten one that was in the same size range. It was a 78, but that was really satisfying to find. Like I could not be more happy with these Sitka bucks, and it has honestly been my like that is my number one animal for this new reserve is the Sitkas. Um, they're just they just feel so much more realistic than anything else I've seen so far. And yeah, um, other than that, uh, snowshoe hair are pretty typical. The fur is very interesting. I I really like that. That it makes everything look like better, even though the
Yep.
textures weren't really increased too much. Oh, another thing that I almost forgot about completely was they had an update for the graphics when the new reserve came out. So they fixed a bunch of stuff with like lighting issues specifically, and also may have created some, as you can't really see it right now, but sometimes with the scopes on guns, the lighting effect doesn't quite match up. But everything it still is a big improvement on how it was before, so I'm really happy about that. Um, but yeah, so far this reserve has just been 10 out of 10. Um,
Yeah, this reserve just been beautiful too. I mean, it's just awesome. It's like every new game you start on here, even if it's, first game of the day or you're just starting a new hunt. It I feel like it's gonna be always exciting to hunt here, in my opinion.
yeah, I don't think I'll ever get
For
bored of
me,
this. Like,
yeah, it's really cool. It's just awesome. I love it.
like I'll get eventually the like sort of new reserve hype will die down with me, but like I'll never get bored of it. Like I'll always be hunting it as like eventually it'll slide into just one of my staple reserves that I always go on, like Red Feather Falls, for example.
Yeah, mine's White Heart.
Yeah.
um, the only thing that can make it better would be, I really don't know. How would you make this better? I think tree stand hunting would be better.
Yeah,
That's the thing I want to be fixed. Better trees to hunt out of. But like you were saying earlier, um, it's more realistic.
yeah. Um yeah, that's that. I'm not sure if there's anything else I really need to cover right now. Oh, one thing I thought I would cover is if you go to the coast, specifically where the exclamation point is, um, there's a town there. Spoilers, if you haven't gone to that yet, it's really cool. But anywhere really, if you go into the water, um, the cold factor that they added with this reserve is also programmed into the water, and in the water, it is actually like extremely like elevated. So basically, within a few seconds of being in the water, if you can't get out, you'll die of hypothermia and have to return back to the reserve, or yeah, to the lodge. And we found that out the hard way, or at least me and my other friend Kyle, going straight off the docks. So not our
Rest in
brightest
peace, Kyle.
moment.
Rest in peace, Kyle. I'll miss you.
But yeah, I was not expecting that they would let you just run off the dock and die of hypothermia. That was really
Well,
quite a surprise.
you can go to Valdeball and get up on the mountain and just jump off if you wanted to.
Yeah, but yeah, just all the freedoms that you have on this map. It's just so great. There isn't really much you can't do here.
I like also how it's really the map is the reserve is really big and I feel like it spaces more the hunters out more too. It lets all the hunters have kind of like have their own area they want to hunt.
Yeah, it also like yeah, it just sort of like spaces things out. Like around here, on the map is where you'll find mostly the deer, the Sitka deer, in this sort of area between the mountains. Out on the further north edges, and um, you'll find some foxes. The foxes and rabbits are a little bit more spread out and dotted. Um, they're not as common as the other ones. And then in the south, we got moose and bison, which
Yep, we
is
got
really
Moose City
nice.
down there too.
Yeah. um, but yeah, so far everything's been looking great. We'll just have to see where they take it from now. One thing that I did think I should mention quickly is while I was listening into parts of the live stream, the pre-release live stream, they did mention that there was going to be a sixth species coming later that they were starting on after the reserve was released, and they didn't say what it would be, but everybody started commenting in the chat that it was going to be wolves, like they were calling it wolves, and the Elena, who was the dev that was at the live stream, was saying, no, we can't confirm that it's wolves, but if we do wolves, we'd want to take the time to do it right. And the engraved version of the 4570 rifle, which is available via the retail edition, um, has a, I'm guessing, a wolf on the stock of it engraved into it,
Yeah,
because
I'm pretty sure it's a wolf too.
it doesn't make sense that it would be a fox, because I mean it's a 4570 massive rifle. Like, why would they put a fox on there? Um, like, they put ducks on the Blazer F3 because that's a, you shoot ducks with a shotgun. It makes sense. But yeah, so I'm guessing they're going to add wolves soon. I mean, if that happens, I'm going to be so happy. Um, but yeah, that's a possibility. I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but we'll see about that. But yeah, I think that'll be it for today. I'm going on a hunting trip for this whole big weekend tomorrow. I have a 4-day weekend, so I have several videos scheduled to release during this weekend. So hopefully that all works out while I'm away, and I hope you guys have a good time on the new reserve. This has been the Gamer Outdoorsman with the guide. Make sure to check him out if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys later.